Our kidneys are extremely important because they act like a filter for toxins, playing a key role in our survival. They clean out our blood, filtering about half a cup every minute. When they don't work properly, harmful waste and toxins can accumulate in our bodies. Here's a critical piece of information. Once your kidneys are damaged, especially if it's chronic damage, it's usually irreversible. That means you can't easily fix the damage. If this issue isn't addressed, it can get worse and lead to kidney failure, at which point you might need dialysis or a kidney transplant to survive. It's shocking, but about 1 out of every 3 people with severe kidney problems who aren't on dialysis don't even know they have kidney disease because the symptoms are not always clear. That's why taking steps to prevent kidney damage is crucial. You might not realize it, but some everyday foods can be slowly harming your kidneys. We're going to talk about 9 common foods that can be bad for your kidneys over time. You'll probably be surprised by some of them. We'll also give you tips on how to eat these foods in a way that's safer for your kidneys. Before we start, please know that the information in this video is carefully checked and reviewed by experts to ensure it's accurate and unbiased. Now, let's look at those foods that could be hurting your kidneys. 9. Spinach. Spinach is often thought of as a very healthy food. However, it contains something called oxalate, which can be harmful to your kidneys. When you eat 100 grams of spinach, you're getting up to 12/16 of oxalate, which is a lot more than most other leafy green vegetables. If you eat too much oxalate too quickly, it could be deadly. There's a case where someone ate a soup made from sorrel, another plant high in oxalate, and not long after, their kidneys failed, and they died. Eating a moderate amount of oxalate over time can also cause problems like kidney stones, bladder stones, damage to the kidneys, issues with your joints, and can affect every part of your body, including your brain. It's also connected to painful bladder syndrome. Other foods high in oxalate include cassava root, chard, and rhubarb, so it's a good idea to avoid or limit these as well. Another thing to be aware of with spinach is its potassium content. Healthy kidneys can manage potassium levels in your blood, but for people with chronic kidney disease, it's crucial to watch how much potassium they consume. The National Kidney Foundation advises chronic kidney disease patients to limit their potassium intake to 2,000 milligrams a day. Just 100 grams of uncooked spinach contains 558 milligrams of potassium. Cooking spinach doesn't change how much potassium or oxalate it has. So, if you have kidney problems, it's smart to eat spinach in moderation. You can still enjoy with other vegetables that are lower in oxalate and potassium, like kale, carrots, zucchini, lettuce, cabbage, broccoli, and cauliflower. These are healthier choices for your kidneys. 8. Potatoes and sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are packed with important vitamins, minerals, and amino acids, making them very healthy to eat. However, if you have kidney disease, you need to be careful because sweet potatoes contain a lot of potassium, which might be harmful in this case. The United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, says that a normal baked potato contains about 610 milligrams of potassium, but a sweet potato that's around 5 inches long has about 438 milligrams. But unlike spinach, you can lower the potassium in potatoes if you soak them in water before cooking. So, if you're concerned about your kidney health, it's a good idea to soak both regular potatoes and sweet potatoes before cooking them. Also, it's worth noting that common potato snacks like French fries or chips are not good for your kidneys either because they're high in salt. Eating these snacks can make you consume more salt than is healthy in a day. Additionally, potato chips are usually not nutritious because they're heavily processed. It's better to avoid them completely. Hope you find this video helpful. If you do, let us know by liking it, and we'll create more content like this. 7. Rice. Rice is a favorite addition to many dishes around the world. However, it might surprise you to learn that this common side dish can contain a hidden danger. This danger comes from a toxic substance called arsenic, a type of heavy metal that can harm your kidneys if consumed in large amounts. Arsenic in rice can cause serious health issues, such as sudden kidney failure or long-term kidney problems. Rice, particularly in its raw form, contains a dangerous type of arsenic known as inorganic arsenic, with levels ranging from 0.1 to 0.4 milligrams for every kilogram of rice. This is quite high compared to other grains like wheat and barley. which have almost no inorganic arsenic and total arsenic levels of only 0.03 to 0.08 milligrams per kilogram. Besides arsenic, rice can also absorb more cadmium and other harmful heavy metals compared to other crops. Does this mean you should stop eating rice entirely? Not really. It's all about eating it in moderation. Eating a balanced diet is key, and it's okay to enjoy rice from time to time. However, it's particularly important to limit rice consumption for babies and young children. They can absorb up to 3 times more arsenic from rice than adults, and even small amounts can impact a child's brain development, intelligence, and memory. If you're looking for alternatives to brown rice, consider trying some low-arsenic grains like quinoa, barley, couscous, buckwheat, millet, farro, and sorghum. These options are healthier and safer, especially if you're trying to reduce your intake of heavy metals. 6. Butter. Butter is a food product we get by processing the fat and protein in milk or cream. It's full of saturated fat and cholesterol. These things are not great for us because they can increase blood pressure and lead to the buildup of plaque in our blood vessels. This can put a lot of pressure on our kidneys, making it hard for them to work properly over time. But wait, it gets worse with salted butter. Just 100 grams of salted butter can have about 643 milligrams of salt, which is quite a bit. Eating too much salt can make your blood pressure go up even more, and this can eventually cause damage to your kidneys. Also, the butter you find in stores is usually heavily processed to make it taste better and last longer on the shelf. This processing takes away important nutrients like calcium, leaving the butter with very little health benefits. If you want to make a better choice for your kidneys, think about using organic, unsalted butter instead. It's always good to use butter in moderation, no matter what kind you choose. This way, you can enjoy it without putting your kidneys at risk. 5. Soda. Drinking sugar in liquids like sodas is worse for you than eating it in foods. Soda is just full of sugar. When you have too much sugar in your blood, your kidneys work hard to get rid of it through your pee. Normally, if your kidneys are healthy, this isn't a big deal. But if you have diabetes, having too much sugar can actually harm your kidneys. This is because your kidneys have tiny filters called nephrons that can get damaged if your blood sugar is too high, making it hard for your kidneys to do their job. Some people think choosing diet soda is a better option since it's supposed to have less sugar. However, drinking diet soda every day could make it 67% more likely for you to get type 2 diabetes. Diet sodas have artificial sweeteners and other things added to them that can still hurt your kidneys. Also, sodas often have a lot of phosphorus added to them to make them taste better and last longer on the shelf. This is bad news for your kidneys because too much phosphorus can damage them. Unlike phosphorus from foods, which your body doesn't absorb as much, your body takes in more phosphorus from sodas. The National Kidney Foundation recommends that for healthy kidneys, you should only have up to 700 milligrams of phosphorus per day. So, if you want to keep your kidneys healthy, it's a good idea to drink less soda. 4. Dried fruits. Dried fruits are delicious snacks that seem healthy because drying them takes out the water, making them seem full of nutrients. But they have a lot of potassium, sugar, and calories. Having too much potassium is not good for your kidneys. For example, just 1 cup of dried prunes has about 1270 milligrams of potassium, which is half of what you need in a day, according to the USDA. Not only that, but some dried fruits have extra things added to them like salt and sugar to make them taste better. These extra ingredients can make it harder for your kidneys to clean your blood. Eating dried fruits every day might make your kidneys work too hard. Dried fruits are small and easy to eat on the go, making it easy to eat too much without realizing it. This can lead to eating more calories than you planned. Also, because the water is taken out of the fruits when they're dried, they might not make you feel as full as eating fresh fruits would. Removing the water means you're missing out on the feeling of fullness you get from eating regular fruit. So, if you're thinking about your kidney health, it might be better to choose fresh fruits for snacks instead of dried ones. Fresh fruits are less likely to overwork your kidneys, and they help keep you full without the extra calories and added ingredients that you might find in dried fruits. 3. Pickles. Today, let's talk about pickles. Many people enjoy eating pickles, especially with their sandwiches, because of their tangy and sour taste. They can be really tempting to snack on. However, for individuals with kidney issues, it's important to consume them with caution. The reason behind this caution is the high salt content present in pickles. Eating too many salty items is not great for your kidneys. Why is that? Well, when we eat a lot of salt, our kidneys have to work extra hard to get rid of it. If they can't do that efficiently, it may lead to increased blood pressure and more strain on these organs. Over time, this added stress can harm your kidneys. Besides salt, pickles also contain vinegar. Vinegar is acidic, and consuming a lot of acidic foods can disrupt the natural balance in our body. This imbalance makes it tough for the kidneys to regulate our body's pH level, potentially leading to acidosis, when your body has more acid than normal, and the formation of kidney stones. Eating too many salty foods like pickles doesn't only affect the kidneys, it can also cause other health issues. For instance, people with heart conditions might experience fluid buildup, leading to swollen legs and a higher risk of heart disease and strokes. While enjoying a pickle now and then is likely okay, regularly consuming them or eating them in large quantities might not be the best choice for your kidney health or overall well-being. Being mindful of how many pickles you eat and opting for kidney-friendly foods instead is a solid approach to take care of your health. 2. Tomatoes. Tomatoes are generally healthy because they are full of beneficial nutrients. However, if you have kidney issues, you need to be careful when eating them. This is because tomatoes contain a high amount of potassium, with one medium tomato having about 292 milligrams. It also contains substances known as oxalates, which can lead to the formation of kidney stones if consumed in large amounts, particularly in individuals prone to developing these stones. Additionally, tomatoes contain solanine, a compound that may cause swelling and joint pain in some people, especially those with arthritis. Tomatoes are also acidic, which might lead to heartburn or acid reflux for some individuals. Despite these concerns, tomatoes are rich in vitamin C and antioxidants, which are excellent for your health. However, if your doctor has advised you to limit potassium or oxalates in your diet because of kidney health, you may need to reduce your tomato intake. It's important to pay attention to your body and health conditions and consume foods in moderation. Always consider your personal health needs when deciding what to eat. 1. Dairy products. Dairy products like milk and cheese are really good for you because they're full of important stuff our bodies need, such as calcium, which helps make our bones strong, and vitamin D, which helps our body use that calcium. But if someone has problems with their kidneys, they have to be a bit careful with how much dairy they eat. This is because dairy products have a lot of phosphorus. Normally, phosphorus is great for keeping our bones healthy, but if a person has kidney disease, it's a different story. When someone's kidneys aren't working well, they can't get rid of extra phosphorus in the blood. This can lead to several problems like bones getting weaker, itchy skin, and it can even affect the heart. Dairy products also have a lot of protein. Protein is essential for our bodies, but when the kidneys are not healthy, too much protein can make their condition worse. Another thing about dairy is that it contains saturated fat, which can increase the bad cholesterol in our blood, raising the risk of heart disease. Even though dairy is part of eating healthy, if someone has kidney issues, it's best to eat dairy products in smaller amounts. It's also a good idea for them to talk with their doctor. The doctor can help plan a diet that is safe and healthy for them, taking into account their kidney health. Here's a list of 9 everyday foods that might not be so good for your kidneys: spinach, potatoes, rice, butter, soda, dried fruits, pickles, tomatoes, and dairy products. There are also other foods that can harm your kidneys, like canned or frozen items, GMOs, tomato sauce, and concentrated juice. The reason? They're loaded with salt and extra sugar. Cutting down on these or eating them less often can help you start taking care of your kidneys. A little tip to help you remember which foods to be careful with for the sake of your kidneys: jot them down. This can also help test how well you remember them. A huge shout out to all of our subscribers and supporters for inspiring us to keep bringing you top health tips and info. On our channel, you'll find lots of advice on how to eat better to boost your health naturally, along with information on different diseases. Interested in finding out more about smart eating choices for not just your kidneys but your brain, heart, and other vital organs? Check out our playlist for more great tips on making the most of these foods in a healthy way. Keep watching for ways to stay healthy and informed.